Hey, brother.
Hey, Al.
And welcome everyone back to another episode of Siblings in Crime. I'm Allie Rossell.
And I'm Blake Murphy.
And just as it sounds, we're siblings who love true crime.
Yes, love it.
Absolutely. As always, thank you to everyone who's been supporting us. Please like, subscribe, follow, and send us a case request on siblingsincrime.com.
Yes, that'd be great. It'd be awesome if you guys submitted more requests. We just hired someone to go through them, and they've been a little down. So now we don't know what the person can do anymore.
So
it's been a little rougher.
Yeah. So we need to get that flooded once again.
Yeah.
Back to how it was.
Yeah, we need to keep her. We need to keep her working.
Right.
We don't want her to work for free. Oh. Wait, no. We don't want her to get paid for nothing to do. Whatever. I'm just joking.
We don't have a lady that does that.
And we don't have anyone that is submitting cases.
No. But we have Hannah.
Fun Hannah.
Hannah is our little research gal. She's awesome. We love her. And this case actually came from her. I've never heard of it until she brought it to the table. So
she brings she brings all the different cases.
She really does. Like, I don't even know where she comes across this stuff. I'm like hearing murder left and right, and she's like, "Did you hear this like crazy scandal?" It's like random stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
I would have never even come across that.
Yeah, she's so much better than you at this.
Oh my gosh, she's so much better than me. It's crazy. So, thank you, Hannah, for introducing us to this week's case.
Yes, and at the end of Q2, we're going to be coming up with a Patreon.
You always come up with something on the spot. I never know what you're going to announce.
So, be looking out for that, and we'll be adding another episode.
And that episode will be hosted by Blake.
Yeah, hosted by me.
Yeah.
And hosted by Allie.
No, just Blake. One extra episode a month, all on Blake.
Yep. And we're going to do Reddits that are hosted by Allie.
Oh, okay. Looks like we're doing a lot of stuff come Q2. So we will see how that goes. All right. Well, are you ready for this week's case?
Yes.
We're going to be in Northport, Florida. A small town where everyone knows everyone. It is a place where you make your own entertainment because there's really nothing else to do. It was small enough that there was only one high school for the 2,000 students in the area, and it was built in 2004. The staff and students loved having a new school and wanted to make it a fun place to learn. In spring 2011, 3 incidents would change the lives of so many students and faculty. Marcus Freeman, Wesley McKinley, and Brittany Palumbo, all 16 years old. All died nearly 1 month apart from each other. And this is their story. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's roll. And Brittany, I'm so sorry if Palumbo, it feels so not naturally roll it off my tongue, but love you regardless. This is like, I can't imagine, just like from that introduction, 1 month apart, 3 students at your school passing away.
Yeah. Is it like poison?
We're going to get into it.
Okay.
So Marcus, we'll start with him, our first victim. He was a top student and a top athlete. He was like the shining star kind of guy.
There's a Marcus Freeman who played for Ohio State and coaches Notre Dame now.
Oh, so it seems like a football star runs in the name.
Yes.
Because he himself was also a starting football player as well. He was the reason why the school actually started winning any of the football games. They really needed this guy. He played on the varsity team, of course, with his friend Derek, starting their freshman year. And he said they both felt super overwhelmed playing with these guys because, like, freshman to senior feels like a huge shift. So he was always saying, like, in the beginning, it was super intimidating. They're playing against these huge guys. But then by their junior year, they were starters. They're feeling confident. They grew a couple inches, all that stuff. Marcus took center stage and quickly became the team star. They started winning, and the morale just shot up. It seemed like everyone was coming alive. Like, this is when the student section starting to go crazy. Like, everyone's really getting into the school spirit.
Good times.
I know. I was thinking about that. Oh, what a time.
Yeah.
So fun. One day, Marcus was returning from the dentist with his girlfriend, Cindy.
The dentist.
I said Cindy. It's Carly.
Oh.
His girlfriend, Carly. But yeah, they're coming home from the dentist. According to what she later told a mutual friend, what had happened on the way home would haunt her forever. What she said was that they were
poison gas.
Wait for it.
Okay, keep going.
They were singing along to Firework. This is so 2000s. Cause baby,
Oh, yeah. I was like, what's that song?
Come on, you know Katy Perry.
Mm-hmm.
They're singing a Firework when she looked over at Marcus. She saw his arms had locked up and his eyes had rolled to the back of his head.
Oh.
Terrifying. She tried to get his attention. She yelled, she screamed, she was like hitting him. Nothing worked to get him out of this state. The car slowly drifted off the road and hit a tree.
Oh, he was driving?
He was driving.
Whoa.
Marcus died at the scene.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Carly woke up the next day in the hospital, and the first thing she asked, she's like, where's Marcus? How heart-wrenching to know that he died there.
Yeah.
So, of course, the school was devastated. School's always got to be devastated. When you lose somebody, that's like your family right there.
Excuse me.
But Marcus was also like super well known. He was like a big figure in the school. And the students gathered on the football field, and the faculty helped them grieve. They kind of like were this little community.
Mm-hmm.
They held a memorial, and a tree was planted in his honor. As the students were working through this, just a few weeks later, another devastation would rock the community. So we have Wesley, 16. He had just started at Northport High School the year before. He had been attending a Catholic school in another state prior to that, before his family moved to Northport. And it was his first experience in a public school. Wesley was like so excited. He really wanted to wear regular clothes, was what he always talked about.
Yeah.
And he was big on growing out his hair to like the Justin Bieber look.
Hey, let's go.
But I was like, this is like, it's like kind of fun reading about it, because this is like prime time. Like this is like easy times, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
good times.
Yeah, beautiful times. And his friend would like call him like Justin Bieber or Bieber. And it's funny because he's like, no, stop, you know? But you know, like all the guys with Justin Bieber hair wanted to be called Justin Bieber. No, it definitely did. It sounds like it was like a joke. He's always like, don't call me that. But it was like obviously fine.
But he'd still do it.
Yeah, and he like ate it up, I think. But he was popular with everyone, especially the ladies with that Justin Bieber hair.
Dang.
Yeah.
Bunch of studs in this
I know,
school.
that's what I'm saying. Despite her son's growing popularity, Wesley's mom said she wished that they had never, ever moved here. So, his mother remembers the last day he came home. She was in the kitchen, and Wesley walked in and told her that his friends were coming over. She asked what time, but it didn't seem like he heard her. He had just put his bag down and just walked right out the back door. Wesley's mother said that an hour later, there was a knock on the door, and the police were standing there asking if she was Wesley's mom. That has to be every parent's worst nightmare, everyone's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
You know something bad happened. They informed her that Wesley was dead.
Whoa.
He was found in an abandoned house by a woman who was looking to buy the house in the area. The house Wesley was found in was currently under construction.
It's crazy, only an hour?
Yeah, an hour later.
That's weird.
Yeah, and so like this woman went over to go check out this house. The son wanted to see if there was a pool in the backyard. So they went over there.
I wonder why he was in an abandoned house.
Weird, yeah, creepy, huh?
Yeah, weird, and he like went straight there.
Yeah.
Or he died and then someone put him there.
Well, let me tell you. As they made their way through the house, they found Wesley hanging in one of the rooms.
Hanging?
Uh-huh.
I thought he was gonna have like the same thing as the other guy.
Mm-mm. Oh, it makes you sick. So, of course, that's when the family called the police that were checking out this house. Wesley's parents and friends were absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so... Like, when you said, like, why the abandoned house, I think this house is just for sale. It's not like it's, like, creepy old and, like, construction. But I think maybe just for a private place. But, like, you think he was just talking about having friends over and then, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely doesn't sound like taking his own life.
Yeah, like, the signs don't point to that.
Yeah, all the signs before.
Right. His
actions.
Right, exactly. So nobody ever suspected that Wesley was suicidal or he would do anything like this. I mean, he was like on top of his game. He just came from a Catholic private school and is like thriving in public school. No one ever suspected that he was not doing well in any way. Wesley's friends noticed that there was a difference in how people reacted to Wesley's death versus Marcus's death. And that was really hard on the friends and family. Because for Marcus, they had a memorial, a tree planted in his name, like grief counselors were brought in. And on the other side, like Wesley didn't get any of that. And a friend had actually gone to the principal, Dr. George Kenney, and asked, like, why are they not doing the same things that happened a month ago for a different student?
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Kenney really just told him that he didn't want to sensationalize the situation because it was like a suicide, right? Mm-hmm. So he didn't want people to think that it was okay to celebrate this act and that it was something that was going to be like celebrated. Mm-hmm. The friend said that Wesley deserved to be remembered too, but I mean, the principal was pretty set on the issue. So nothing further happened for Wesley. Mm-hmm. The Friday after Wesley's death, his parents went to the school to collect his things from his locker, and Dr. Kenney walked out with Wesley's dad and spoke with Wesley's mom, and they were chatting. He told her that he didn't know Wesley really personally. Like, obviously, he has a lot of students, but that he did know that he heard he was a really great kid. In May of 2011, around 6:30 p.m., a woman named Patricia and her husband called their daughter, Brittany, for dinner. They knocked on her locked door for a few minutes before they went around to the window and tried to open it up. When they finally got inside, it was obvious that Brittany was not in there.
No locked door policy.
No locked door policy, that's right. Acting on a hunch, her parents furthered their search. They found her in her closet, and she had hung herself in her closet.
Oh, dang.
I know. Oh, I'm like extra sensitive right now about this. I'm like always very sensitive to our victims. I try to be, but I can't imagine that scene. Her mom said that they tried to revive her, but she was already cold at this point. As you can imagine, they were beyond devastated and shocked because just 2 hours prior at 4:30, when Patricia, the mom, had gotten home from work that day, Brittany had said she was tired, she was going to go take a nap, and she's like, okay, I'll call you down when it's time for dinner. Like, didn't really expect anything of it. And when she wouldn't come down for dinner is when they went and investigated and found Brittany. Dang. Brittany was super driven to succeed, especially academically. She was so smart. She was at the time like really stressed about her SAT score, which I feel like is just classic student behavior. Yeah. She needed top score to go to like the school of her choice. She wanted to go to Central Florida University. She already had like the best grade. She was like super smart. She's like, I had to get the best ACT score. Yeah. So her score fell short, though, when she took her test, and it seems like she was pretty heartbroken over her test score. On top of that, she had also recently broken up with her long-term boyfriend, but they're all asking, was this enough for her to go that far? Mm-hmm. So Dr. Kenney had been invited to Brittany's funeral, but had to leave early because he had an appointment with another student. So that interaction at the funeral was like the last personal conversation between Brittany's parents and the principal. So it was shortly after Brittany's funeral that there was an obvious pattern going on at the school. Maybe it looked different, but there was something going on, starting with the deaths of Marcus, Wesley, and Brittany. Mm-hmm. Now, this is, if you had any guesses, I would be shocked.
All right, quick break from the case. Because if you've ever looked up at a plane and thought, I wonder what it's like to actually fly one, this is for you. Today's episode is brought to you by Simply Fly Flight School, a local flight school right here in Arizona that makes learning to fly simple, fast, and actually affordable. Simply Fly offers discovery flights where you can get in a real plane with a certified flight instructor, take the controls, and experience what it's like to be an actual pilot. No experience needed, just show up and enjoy. And for our listeners, you can get $10 off your discovery flight when you book through simplyflyco.com. Whether you're checking off a bucket list item, thinking about becoming a pilot, or just want the coolest experience you'll have all year, this is it. Head to simplyflyco.com, book your discovery flight, and use podcast discount to save $10. Now back to true crime.
Yeah. Honestly, at first I was thinking that the dentist was like killing the kids. Mm. Like injecting them.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
Some sort of medicine or.
Yeah. And then I thought on the second one, maybe there's just like a murderer, like a serial killer, like killing people in different ways. Then the last one, no idea now.
I know. And what's weird to me, as you'll see through the whole case as we go through it, is that a lot of this is, I don't want to say speculation, but it kind of is like such a bizarre reach that it's like, this is a crazy case.
Yeah.
So obviously, surely you can never guess what speculation began swirling around town. But a student at the high school that every kid in the area attends brought a very odd observation to light.
Wait, can you say that again? I had no idea what you just said.
So, a student at the high school that every kid attended.
Okay, wait. A student at the high school that every kid attended?
Yeah, like, remember this one high school? All the kids in the area. So, everyone knew each other because there's all the kids in this, like, there's 2,000 kids that went, there's only one high school.
Okay, so everyone goes to the same school.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. Another student from the same high school of the people who passed away.
Yes.
He brought a very odd observation to light. This student noticed that coincidentally, all 3 students who had died in the past few months had been hypnotized by the principal, Dr. George Kenney.
What the freak?
I knew you were going to react that way. And we talked about hypnotism in the past, and you said that you're 100% you're sold hypnotism works.
Yeah, I think some people can get hypnotized.
So you think some people are more...
Just because I believe John Kiriakou.
You say it so nonchalantly. Okay, so yeah, you think that some people are more susceptible to it, though?
That's what they say.
That is what they say.
Yeah.
I have heard that as well. I was wondering if you believe that. So he brought this information to Brittany's brother, and the brother told his parents. And so this is when they go into a deep dive of who this Dr. George Kenney is. So Dr. Kenney.
He's a failed circus.
He really wanted to work at the fair. Now he's a principal.
Hates his life. Yeah.
No. Can you imagine? Well, this is such a weird story. He was the first principal of Northport High School. Like we said,
it's new?
Yeah. It was built in 2004. It's 2011. So he's been there since it opened. He had been teaching for around 25 years when he was appointed principal at this new school. He had a real passion for teaching and helping students. He was huge on, he really wanted the environment to be fun. That's what he cared about.
Really fast. Have you seen that principal on TikTok? I think he's in Atlanta, Georgia.
I don't know.
And he tells stories about his past and stuff he does with his classes and stuff.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, he seems so awesome.
Really?
We'll have to put a clip to him because I don't know. He just seems like he does the coolest things and works really hard and
that's cool.
Takes care of his kids and stuff.
Okay, yeah, send it to me so I know what you're talking about.
He got nominated for the most.
Oh wait,
the best
maybe
TikTok
that does sound familiar.
And or whatever.
And he's messing with the kids in the hallways and stuff.
No, not that guy. I've seen that guy though.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to send it to me. I was thinking about this. I'm like, I had zero relationship with my principal. I think we've interacted once. Hi, when you pass in the hallway. I had no idea who they were.
Yeah, I don't even think I saw my principal.
Yeah.
I did see my vice principal a lot.
Yeah.
She was she called me in the office a bunch because I missed too much school. She said,
I thought you were gonna be buddy, and it's because you're just missing out on everything.
Yeah. She's like, if you miss 2 more days, then you can't graduate or something.
And our parents are like, no.
I was like, I can do whatever I want.
That's hilarious. It's always one class.
My grades are good.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So he seems like he kind of has this type of relationship with the students and their parents, really friendly, that kind of thing.
Mm.
A faculty member, her name is Janice Clough. She was a bookkeeping specialist at the school. She wanted to host a graduation party sponsored by the school so students would have a safe way to celebrate.
Okay.
They looked at other schools to see what they have done in the past in surrounding towns, and one thing outshone the rest.
What's that? Hypnotism.
A hypnotism. Yeah, a hypnotist.
Okay.
They want a hypnotist to come and perform. It was at this point,
and the principal's like, I can do it. Let's save some money.
This actually seems like what got him interested.
Oh.
He was at this point, they were that's when everyone's like, whoa, Dr. Kenney is super interested in hypnotism.
Yeah.
Because he was always involved with the hypnotist, in these settings. He would try and get the guy to keep coming back, it seems to different events, or come to the psychology class to talk about how it affects your brain. Mm-hmm. So he seems he's this guy is legit. he loved hypnotism.
Yeah. He's found his new passion.
I know. He's wait.
Teaching's not my passion. Hypnotism.
He's I feel like I'd be really good at this.
Yeah.
Give me a shot.
Yeah.
So in 2006, he started to bring hypnotism to the classes, like I said, especially psychology. And he would just try to have it around the school all the time, which I feel is such a random thing. If I know. That was at my school, why? What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I don't know why I just thought about this, but at CAE, a flight school, mm-hmm. We were in negotiations because we were trying to start a union or something.
I didn't know CAE would do something like that.
the CAE didn't want it.
Oh.
So then they were trying to like make us happy. So they like bring in like massage therapists. So like instructors like give massages in the cafeteria. I know. I just thought about it, but it was like so random. I was like, I gotta get out of here. This place sucks. But
that was so funny. They're like, what's gonna like ease the tension? Massage. That's crazy.
I know.
Well, like I said, now the interest is sparking, and so the first student that was hypnotized was Eric Williams, and he was part of the Navy ROTC at the time.
Okay.
What are you chuckling about?
Just the massage therapist.
You still laughing about it?
Yeah.
He said, so he had his first hypnotism session. He said that after he'd been hypnotized, he took a test the next day for this like ROTC thing, I think specifically. But regardless, he breezed through it. Like, he said that was the highest score he's ever got. He was, like, so stoked. And
are they starting to use it for, performance?
Yes, I think that they were, like, convinced, like, okay, wait, this is legit. Yeah, like, it worked for this student. Look at him thrive. And so a little while later, it was discovered that he started private lessons. Or sessions, I guess you can say. So he was like, now we're going to have, like, regular sessions for this performance.
With the principal? Mm-hmm. That's kind of weird.
Really weird. The sessions were set to help students concentrate, perform better in subjects that they wanted, such as school.
It'd be cool if it was like legit, but that just seems creepy.
It seems really creepy. I can't. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have like any relationship with my principal. I would never talk to them.
I mean, 2,000 is a small school, I think. We had like 4,000 or more.
That's true. So yeah, and that's the whole school. So yeah. I can't remember how much.
I think my graduating class was like 1,000 something.
Yeah, I don't remember. But regardless, so Dr. Kenney recorded these sessions, both audio and visual, which also freaks me out. I'm like, you're going to set up your camera and like trying to, I don't know. I would feel so uncomfortable, I think.
Yeah. I mean, probably good that he's recording it in case he does anything weird. We can catch him.
Yeah, until he heard that it's getting some media attention, he deleted everything.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm like, that seems suspicious. Why would you delete it if it was innocent?
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. So, of course, when you erase things, not everything is like gone permanently.
Yeah.
And
it's in the cloud.
It's in the cloud. They're actually able to recover like some video and audio.
Yeah.
So they had like a few sessions that were like available to watch, but not obviously to the public. But Dr. Kenney has heard saying some sessions that hypnosis could solve many different types of problems. It would help students focus. It would help with depression and other struggles. And Marcus, our first student we talked about, like the car crash, he would go in for these sessions Fridays before games to perform better.
Nice. I feel like that's the weird one where it's like, I don't feel like the hypnotism would affect that. I feel like maybe like the other ones, like it messed with the people's minds. Mm-hmm. But like that one
seems weird.
No. I'm saying like the way he died.
Oh.
Just like, I don't know how that could affect.
Oh, I see.
But maybe.
Yeah, we'll go into the future too.
Led to it. Okay.
So, I guess this was the principal's idea for him to have these one-on-ones with Marcus.
Marcus is like, okay.
He's like, you really want the school to really do well, huh? Well, he was taught to slow down images and analyze them and play better in the moment, is how it's described. So, whether that worked or not, I don't know. I mean, he was a star athlete. Mm-hmm. Now, people aren't jumping to conclusions right away. That's like these hypnosis or I have to keep going back and forth with that word. Hypnosis. Thanks.
Theory or
sessions. Hypnosis sessions before before football are a factor in what happened. But of course, Marcus's family is wanting answers, so they're looking at anything. But of course, they first go to the whole dentist thing because they're like, they drive home from the dentist, he freezes up and gets in a car crash. Like, that seems weird. Mm-hmm. So they check out the autopsy, and in it showed that the dentist had used all the most basic routine things. Like, that's
what I was worried about.
Yeah, I was as well as I was like learning about this case. So there was no like dentistry foul play.
Yeah,
you could say
malpractice.
Right. And like these things they're using, it's not like some people have really bad reactions to. You know, it seems like it was like
a cleaning.
Yeah, exactly. So the family was left with no answers on what had led to Marcus's death. That's when the questions start to rise about whether Marcus could have self-hypnotized in a way to deal with the pain from the dentist. So it seems like a stretch, but they're thinking like if you've been like training your brain in a way, like can it relax to a point that it's like an issue? And we'll get more into it as well. So, but they're like,
sounds fake.
Yeah, self-hypnotism.
Yeah, well, like to relax it to a point that you die.
I don't know. I don't know anything about hypnotism, but they're worried that like if he was getting all these brain treatments from this random guy, could he have like had something triggered, something wrong?
It's not like he's doing any like drugs, like whatever.
Ashwa.
I didn't know what it's called. I was gonna say ashwagandha, but it's not that. It's the other stuff. Just like
anything that's puts you like under the influence.
Yeah, like I don't remember. I'm not
like hallucinogenic stuff.
Yeah, it's not like he's doing any of that like
True.
alters his brain.
Yeah,
it's just like
I think more so the family's just like
thing.
This is weird. Like he started doing these sessions and he had like this weird thing happen where he gets in a car accident and nothing comes up in the autopsy that shows that there was any like brain damage or any like.
Did he die from that or that thing happened to him, or did he die from the car crash? Oh, he died in the car crash. I thought he died before.
Oh no! So I think he just like went into like a paralyzed state almost.
Oh, that changes what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah, no, the impact is what.
Yeah, I thought he died.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dr. Kenney claims that he never taught students how to self-hypnotize themselves. And after it all came out that Dr. Kenney did like hypnosis, you either believed it worked for the better and it was great, or that like he was a bunch of baloney and he's like messing with people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Kenney would use the students as kind of guinea pigs. I mean, he's learning this, okay? Mm-hmm. He's not like some licensed trained therapist. He is like, I liked it and I just wanted to learn. So he's like using these kids to
It's
practice.
kind of creepy, but hypnosis just doesn't sound like very bad. Like if I was like oh, you want to try to hypnotize me? All right, we could try it.
All right.
It's not like it's like, yeah, let's try these drugs and see if like it unlocks, your skill to be better. It's like, that's kind of spooky, but
yeah.
Being hypnotized, I'm like, yeah, we could show you, whatever.
Well, we'll go into it later, but believe it or not, there's like laws against that.
Oh.
Like just like trying it.
So Mr. Doctor is breaking laws.
Yeah, depends what state you are, like how strict the rules are and stuff. Yeah. But
we learned today that it's legal in Arizona to have a donkey in your bathtub.
No, it's illegal to have a donkey sleep in your tub.
Sleep in your tub.
Wow, you don't listen.
What's the difference?
It's illegal.
That's what I said.
Oh, they said legal.
No.
I was like, that's like the exact opposite. It's legal to have a donkey in your tub. Yeah, it's illegal. I don't know who's having a donkey sleeps in their tub, but or sleep in your tub. So, anyways, he's like kind of learning with these kids, and he would have these kids like. I feel like this got to be like the first step to learning how to be a hypnotist. But he was like convincing them they have 11 fingers, and so they'd he got them to skip the number 7. So they'd be like 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's what they would do. Oh. And I think that's like kind of crazy because Wesley's mom noticed that he had done this at home at some point as well. So it's not like he left and was like, I have all 10 fingers again. It's like he's at home going 10, 11, 10, 11, And that's so weird. She thought it was very odd that he was counting this way. But why was she like, I mean, she didn't like interrupt, but like, what are you doing? So she's like, okay, just why would he be convinced he's 11 fingers? She didn't know anything about the hypnotist going on. During this time, Dr. Kenney was getting heat for all 3 of the students' deaths just because he was the most connected to them.
Yeah.
But he claimed there was an alternate reason for their deaths. He said that Wesley was being bullied online. However, Wesley's friends strongly
disagreed. He doesn't even know Wesley.
Exactly. Ding, ding, ding. You're a good listener today.
I am.
Oh, that's so rare.
I'm always a good listener.
I'll say something and you're like, what?
Sometimes like I need to rewind.
Yeah, true. That's funny. Does that make you a good listener? But yeah, exactly. So he's saying that Wesley's getting bullied online. His friends are like, he was very well liked by everybody. And they're like, if there was anything online, it's like guys being guys messing with each other. Nothing like weird or out of the ordinary.
It's like your friends like
being
messing
jerks.
with you.
Yeah, intentionally. Yeah, just for fun. And the principal, though, interpreted these things differently and pointed to this alleged bullying as the reason that Wesley took his own life. So
how would he even know that?
I don't know, unless like
maybe in the hypnotist, maybe during a session it was revealed.
Well, I mean, unless Wesley was like meeting with him regularly, he just told his principal he's getting bullied.
That's what I was saying. Like,
well, maybe not even in hypnosis. Like maybe he just like they talk to if they have like a friendly relationship.
Yeah, like my buddies keep messing with me for coming to
whatever.
this.
Yeah. But that's exactly what he said. So at the same time, this doctor is giving such contradicting statements. He says Wesley was getting bullied at school. And then he's like, I don't know anything about Wesley's personal life. I don't even know the guy. Then when asked whether he told Wesley's mom that he didn't know her son personally, like you just said, Dr. Kenney denied ever saying that. Instead, claimed she was lying about the statement. He's like, I never told her that I didn't personally know his son or her son. And I feel like just that behavior is odd enough. I feel like a grieving mother is going to be like paying attention to these things. Like she wouldn't be like, but you told me that you didn't know him personally. You know, I don't know. So it's just making him look more suspicious than maybe he even needs to look. I don't know. I hate that.
That's weird.
And the fact that you're blaming the kid's mom.
And like the fact that like he is trying to cover his tracks, even when like if you were just doing normal hypnotism and you're like,
and you don't think anything's wrong with it.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh yeah, we just do some sessions like just to help him with some things I was learning about it. It'd be like way different than like trying to cover it.
I know,
like you're trying to do something spooky.
I know. That's what drives me crazy because you'll see this contradiction a lot with him. I think he's just giving false statements often.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's making it look so much worse than being like, I thought I was being helpful. Like an innocent explanation. Yeah. So obviously, like, just by the fact that he's like omitting information, you're like, okay, you're like seemingly lying about children's deaths. So that Sunday, just a few days after Wesley's parents had cleared out his locker, which I can't imagine how horrible that would be as a parent, Dr. Kenney called them and he told them he was concerned because a news article was coming out set to be released in the coming days. And Wesley's mother was so turned off by this call because it was obvious to her at this point, he was so much more concerned about protecting his own image and his job than finding out like any concern for Wesley. So he calls, he's like, there's this article coming out about me. And she's like, I don't care. You actually suck. It wasn't until now that the truth came out to the Wesley's family. So up until this point, they didn't know that Dr. Kenney had been hypnotizing Wesley, including a session the day before his suicide. So they had no idea. Like, why is he? This probably like, oh, that's why he had literally 11 fingers for like a week, you know? So they had no idea what was going on until this all came to light. Later, Dr. Kenney admitted that he hadn't disclosed this information earlier because he was worried about how it would reflect on him. Like, his character and his potential involvement in what happened, which I'm like, you're being a little coward. Like, just say everything that happened, that people can figure out what happened to their children.
Yeah, weird.
Super weird. So this was the first time Wesley's parents heard anything about these sessions, obviously, and she's so mad because she feels like she would not have let him do this. Like, she would not have given permission. She had no knowledge of it.
And he's underage.
That's what's weird to me. I'm like, if you're gonna try something like this, the least you could do is be like, okay, just make sure you have like parent consent, like write it up. They and I were also shocked to learn that Dr. Kenney had been creating and selling hypnosis booklets and CDs and trying to make money, and literally went to the parents trying to sell these materials. They're like, okay,
after the fact,
like
he's like, wait, I can profit off this.
Like, yeah, so like, because
like,
they didn't know about it.
Everyone thinks I'm good at hypnotizing.
Yeah, they're like, they think it's me. I must be really good.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Freaky.
So that's just a bad look for him. Wesley's parents saw him as a liar and a narcissist, which
sounds
I'm on
like
board.
It.
Yeah, he had been more concerned about his job than the students' lives. And Dr. Kenney denied, of course, any role in suicide, but admitted that if he had known that Wesley was depressed or had any other mental issues, he swears that he would not do hypnosis on any student in that condition. Dr. Kenney kept insisting that Wesley must have been depressed and that he didn't tell him, and that was the reason for his taking his life.
Yep.
So I was like, you thought Wesley was getting bullied, but you don't think he was going through a hard time, and you still did him. I don't know. So everything feels contradicting.
Yep.
It just feels like he was trying to distance himself from the situation too many times. It just, I don't know. The focus then shifted to our last victim, so Brittany. some of her friends had been hypnotized and they actually encouraged her to go. So they're like, I'm like, dang, this dang principal is going through like every single student. Like everyone's trying it. And so that probably makes it more comforting. You're like, oh, like my whole friend group did it. Like I'll go try
I would have done it.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be so, you're so curious.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like this can help me? Sweet.
Yeah.
And so she went and tried it. After discussing it with her parents, though, like she was like the only one talking to her parents about it. Mm-hmm. Her mother, who was skeptical of both the principal and hypnosis, she actually ultimately allowed it. But Patricia also spoke with Dr. Kenney, who said that he would help Brittany learn how to relax. And so she decided Brittany can try it, but Patricia had to be in the room. Mm. And I love that mom. Mm-hmm. Like that is way to go. Dr. Kenney actually asked the video and audio record it, and she let it happen. So it's getting video, audio. Patricia's there. Seems like a safe environment. Mm-hmm. According to Patricia, during the session, Dr. Kenney told Brittany that whenever she feels anxious or depressed or stressed or worried, she could blink her eyes rapidly to enter like a calm, relaxed state. So this is what I was going to talk about when we were talking about earlier, like self-hypnosis, if you're learning these skills. Now, I'm not going to just sit here and blink rapidly if I'm feeling stressed. I don't know. Okay, well, you're immediately trying it. Do you feel stressed?
No.
Okay, well, then maybe it wouldn't work right now.
It did feel like weird.
Do you feel relaxed?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm fainting.
I know, that's what I meant. I feel relaxed.
So interesting to know that this is the advice that he gave, how to get in a relaxed state. So, however, in his deposition, Dr. Kenney denied ever giving those instructions and said, when asked like why Patricia would say that, then he didn't have a clear answer, because he says he didn't teach kids how to self-hypnotize. He didn't teach them how to like self-calm in this way, or like dealt with people who were depressed and all this stuff. Yet Patricia, the mom, is there witnessing it all. Mm-hmm. So Patricia remained uneasy about hypnosis throughout the process and never felt her questions were properly answered, especially regarding why it was necessary for Brittany's success. He was like, she has to have this in order to perform her best, to relax. And she's like, well, can you tell me why? Like, what's the benefit of this? So it's like, seems like he just wanted to, like,
he just liked it.
He just liked it. And he was asked, I don't think I have this written right here, but he was asked later, like, if he was in control of these students when he was when they were under hypnosis. Mm-hmm. And he said, yes, like a temporary power over them. I'm like, freak. So you're a freak that you want to be in control.
And doing it sketchy.
Yeah, doesn't that make you feel so uncomfortable? And only one student had her mom present.
Yeah.
So weird. So I think it's like hypnotist protocol, you could say. I was trying to like find out like what actually, if there's actual rules around this. But throughout the process, you are supposed to you're supposed to check with the patient's mental health status before performing any such treatment. Mm. So, like, especially if you're not licensed, you're legally not allowed to.
Use a licensed hypnotist?
You can be a licensed therapist and have like a hypnosis like treatment.
Hypnosis.
Yeah, and this principal had no such thing. He was not asking people what their mental state was. Yeah. So a news article exposed the hypnosis sessions and their connection to multiple student deaths, placing Dr. Kenney at the center of the controversy. He denied ever conducting a session with Brittany, which her mom is dumbfounded. She's like, hello, I was there. So, again, contradiction. Yeah. He claims his comments to the reporter were only reactions during a phone call. However, in his deposition, it was revealed that he had lied to, he had lied to the reporter, similar to what happened in Wesley's case. So he's basically saying, like, to the mom, hey, I was just, like, reacting to a reporter. And then to the reporter, it sounds like he was lying, just like how he did in the previous kid's situation. Mm. So he's just downplaying the relationship he's had with these kids. And it's backfiring him big time because everyone's, like, on record. Yeah. You told the reporter this, you told the mom this, so idiot. Mm-hmm. One thing to note that is odd in both Wesley and Brittany's death is the manner of hanging. Oh. They were on how do I say this? There was only a single mark left from the rope with no signs of a struggle to get it off. So this was noted in both their autopsies, but the coroner explained that in the case of someone who hangs himself, typically they struggle. Almost always they see that there is like multiple laceration type of things where it looks as though they're pulling at the tie around their neck to like try and get it off. Like you have like a moment of panic and struggle. But not in Wesley and Brittany's case. There was like no such manner. Brittany's mom, Patricia, said that she believes that Brittany used that self-hypnosis blinking eye thing to go into a state to allow her to remain calm as she went through this process. So that's why I said like the blinking, like if the blinking eye, I don't know if there's other things that this doctor may have said, but there's ways to relax or to relieve pain. And that's what they're thinking maybe Marcus did in the car, which caused him to go into that state, which led him to the car crash. So like, are they learning these weird skills that are putting them in a situation to be in harm's way? So at this point, the news got wind of the story and it went nationwide. And even some international news stations just had picked it up, which is crazy that we haven't heard of this guy.
Yeah,
Like
it's. I understand the self hypnosis thing for the car, but the other two like doesn't make sense. It seems
I know.
like they were like something was going on before that.
Meaning like they were gonna do that regardless.
No, like something was messing. Like maybe the hypnosis treatments were like making it like
Worse.
something worse.
I had that thought too. Like, what if all this is bringing up so much more emotion and so much more pain and stuff? Like, they wouldn't have been in like that emotional state to even want to do anything like this, or I don't know. I feel like this is what's frustrating about this case is it's not like we have definitive answers of how hypnosis really can affect you that strongly, you know. It's just sickening though. But so like I was saying, this is like going so public. The families were like suffering from this because they were getting hounded for interviews and pictures. And Wesley's mom said it was difficult to even get out the front door because there are so many people trying to take pictures of inside her house. And I'm like, that's so sad. Like what a weird, like it's sickening. It was also just so difficult because they would turn on the news and like their kids would be sensationalized and they're like, just constant reminders of this heartbreak. They're not giving any space to grieve.
Yeah. It's how I wondered when like Kobe crashed. I was like, dude, I bet it's like every 2 seconds they hear.
Yeah. That's so true. Like his family's like, you can't go on anything for I mean, years.
Yeah.
Like, that was like obviously forever. So shortly after Brittany's death, Dr. Kenney was placed on administrative leave, largely due to the media attention. However, not all response was negative, actually. Many students and parents who had experienced his hypnosis supported him and pushed for his return. So students were like organizing petitions and protests and appealed to the superintendent, wanting him present at graduation. And I can't imagine pushing that hard for my principal to be at graduation. I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay. So the district ultimately did allow him to participate that year. So it was like a weird thing where you have like these families who feel like his type of treatment could have led to their child's death, who are like super distraught. And then you have people who are like, but it worked for me. And so they're like his allies. So at the same time, other students, particularly friends, like I said, were like so frustrated that he was able to be present at the graduation. So like I said, keep in mind, this guy is not trained. So like, it's just like, it's hard to be like, yeah, this guy's at fault. Like he shouldn't be allowed to go to graduation or like have any public press. But then the other side is if he had a role, it's a pretty big deal. According to ChatGPT that I just looked up, so take this with a grain of salt. I was curious. This is what I was going to say earlier, is I guess you can practice hypnosis without a license as long as you are not diagnosing or treating mental health conditions, not presenting yourself as a licensed therapist or doctor, and not causing harm or practicing fraud. So this is kind of where that question remains. Was Dr. Kenney crossing any legal lines, like in any of these categories?
Yeah, we just don't know what he was doing.
That's the hard thing. So that's like the blurred gray line. It's like we don't know if he was diagnosing and treating mental health.
Kind of sounds a little bit like he was, but he also was denying that he knew anyone had issues.
But he also lied about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's probably him covering it up for himself.
So during that summer, actually, the school board hired a PI. His name's Keith. Yeah, they're like, go find out what you know about this guy. He published a 112-page document about
Jeez.
the incident. He interviewed students, parents, faculty, and anybody who knew everyone involved. Well, in the report, there was an incident that happened a year previous to the deaths. So we're going to rewind a year. On October 8th, 2010, a routine weightlifting class took a sudden turn. A student attempting a heavy lift, it sounds like it's probably like a bench press, he loaded too much weight on the bar. As he strained under it, both of his shoulders popped out of their joints.
Ew.
I know. Remember yesterday, I was like, ugh. That's what I was like going through. I was like, ugh. So a call immediately went over faculty radio for a nurse to respond. But Dr. Kenney's office was closer and he arrived first. Instead of waiting for medical help, Dr. Kenney began attempting hypnosis on this kid, like to help manage the student's pain. He instructed him to visualize the pain fading away, to focus on other things, to mentally distance himself from what's happening. Which all sounds like honestly good advice if you're in pain, like separate yourself from it. But he's trying to do it like in this like therapeutic hypnosis way. When the nurse arrived, she was actually so mad. She was pissed. She was like so shocked because Dr. Kenney had no medical training and yet he had stepped up in like a serious injury. She told him plainly, like, your role was to call 911 and wait for EMS. Like, don't intervene. Like, she was straight up. She then reported the incident to the district nurse, stating that Dr. Kenney had interfered with her ability to do her job. I also didn't know a district nurse was a thing.
Me neither.
Yeah, interesting.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Later, Dr. Kenney admitted that he had gotten in the way. Despite his doctorate, his background was in education, not medicine.
Yeah.
And so, like, this PI is like, this guy does think he can do everything and be involved in everything. So Dr. Kenney had, he said that since he had 30 years of working with students, he felt qualified to diagnose to a certain degree. So obviously borderline illegal. In his hypnosis sessions, he would not diagnose students technically, but he would come pretty dang close. He would say things like, you know, I've worked with other people who have the same symptoms and they have Tourette's. So let's work on your tics and see if they'll go away. So it's like, you kind of sound like you have Tourette's. We're going to work on that. So he wouldn't simply straight up give a diagnosis, but he would say the symptoms. And at this point is when the state of Florida Department of Health filed criminal charges against him. So my whole question was like, is there enough to even file criminal charges against this guy?
Maybe not for the deaths, but maybe for just doing something that he's not supposed to be doing.
Oh, like if it was illegal hypnosis stuff?
Yeah, just like in general rather than for the death.
Yeah. They told him he could get 5 years for each charge, and there was 75 total charges they had geared up.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like they were like coming at him with an iron fist trying to like scare him. I'd be like peeing my pants if somebody told me that. So they could also have gone after a felony charge for practicing medicine without a license if they found enough evidence.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Laying down the law.
Yeah.
So, of course, he got himself a lawyer. And the lawyer was like, yeah, this looks pretty tricky, actually. This is a tough one.
Dang.
Yeah. He told him that he may be able to reduce a 5-year term for each charge and possibly a felony charge to something else. So Florida's a state that actually has stricter hypnosis laws, but believe it or not where someone can only perform hypnosis under, so someone can only perform hypnosis under a medical professional's approval is what this law says. So Dr. Kenney's lawyer found this and was able to argue that this law states Dr. Kenney could hold these sessions under non-medical capacity. So you can legally practice hypnosis in Florida, it sounds like, if you stay in the non-therapeutic lane, like stay with the relaxation, the motivation, habit coaching, performance.
Yeah.
Not anything medical. Since he didn't get a medical professional's approval, this was the only issue at hand. Because it's like, if you're going to be doing with anything medical, you have to be either a licensed therapist or I think you need to get approved by like their actual doctor. So the principal didn't have any of the sort. In 2012, Kenney was charged with 2 misdemeanor counts, including practicing therapeutic hypnosis without a license in Florida, which he pled no contest to. And then the more serious potential felony charges related to the practicing therapy without a license were not pursued in the end. So the case proceeded only on the misdemeanor level. The first misdemeanor count was sentenced to 6 months of probation and 50 hours of public service. Count 2 was a consecutive 6 months probation. It sounds like only in the end that he ended up getting like a 1-year probation with community service. So what are you looking so confused about?
I don't know. This seems so weird.
I think it sounds so weird too. And obviously these charges are due to like the fact that he was doing it without a license.
Yeah.
Like you said, it wasn't like directly related to the children's deaths.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there are laws, so it makes sense that he got in trouble for it.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems odd to me as well.
Yeah. I'm not getting hypnotized then.
Yeah, don't get hypnotized.
I'm
Evidently,
scared.
it'd be a big deal. For the next year, he lived with reporters camping in his front yard. Everyone's trying to talk to him. He was not allowed to go back to high school either, of course. During that time, he decided that when his probation was up, he was retiring. So he sold his house. He moved to North Carolina. He runs a bed and breakfast. He runs a stained glass studio.
Kind of sounds sketchy.
We should keep our eye on him.
Yeah.
He's hypnotizing the people in his bed and breakfast.
Yeah, he's like, you guys want to see a trick?
Yeah, you have 11 fingers. Yeah. So not long after, as probably pretty normal, the family started a lawsuit against the school board, actually, saying that they should have known what was happening, that he was doing these hypnosis sessions over the years. They believe the kids would still be alive today if they haven't gotten involved with him. See, that's where I'm like, I don't know if I can make that much of a statement.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's hard.
That's hard. And of course, for the families who are like so confused why this would happen, I'm sure like you're grabbing at anything that would make more sense. I think maybe if I understood the power of hypnosis better, maybe I could have a stronger opinion. But it seems like a little too much of loose gravel for me to be like, yeah, they would for sure be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard because, yeah.
I don't know.
I
totally understand the families though. I'm like, yeah. Find your beast, whatever. Blame them. So it was never clear whether the school board supported Dr. Kenney. Like the now ex-principal and the board go back and forth on who knew, who didn't know. Like everyone's lying. The board said Dr. Kenney was told 3 times verbally to stop, but then also mentioned how they knew he was doing demonstrations in psychology class, but not on the individual session level, it sounds like. But then Dr. Kenney's like, if they knew, they'd never said anything. They didn't try and stop me.
Yeah.
He goes, in fact, the board supervisor, Steve, he tried to bring his child over to me to help with his performance. So I'm like, okay, the school board definitely knew. And Janice Clough, that bookkeeping specialist, she's like 100% the board knew because I guess they would publish articles about these hypnosis treatments for the students and how well they're performing. Like, oh, Marcus is doing great in football. He had a session right before, and it would go on to like their freaking school website. So
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so weird for the school board to say that they didn't know. They obviously knew.
Maybe they just didn't know the gravity.
Maybe they didn't know he wasn't licensed.
Yeah, that many people were going to him.
Yeah, true.
Not just doing it, in public.
It just sounds like everyone in this whole story is trying to cover their butt the entire time.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is probably a natural behavior. So to justify the continuation of individual hypnosis sessions, I'm going to actually skip over that part because, actually no. Well, we talked about it for a minute earlier, how they probably should have had parental signatures, forms. And I guess the Steve guy, the board supervisor, he actually evidently said that they have to have parent signatures. However, from 2006 to 2009, like no permission slips were signed. So whether that was enforced or not, it doesn't seem as though it needed to be done in order for Dr. Kenney to work with the students. Because like Wesley's mom talked about this. She's like, I don't remember signing anything. Brittany's mom said that she actually did sign something because she was like gonna be there. And the interesting thing about Brittany's situation is that Brittany's mom said she did sign it and that it didn't say anything besides like she gives permission basically. But then later along the bottom of the page were 2 separate dates. The first one was the date that her mom was present, and the second one was the date that her mom was not present. And she said that those dates were never on the paper when she signed it. And so they're like, that looks suspicious if dates were added later to make it look like it was cleared to have multiple sessions. So what exactly went down, I'm not sure. Sounds like overall it was like mostly not parent signed off. On January 24th, 2014, Dr. Kenney was deposed ahead of a lawsuit filed by the families of Marcus, Wesley, and Brittany against the school board. During this deposition, he gave his account of what happened to the students. So although Dr. Kenney said he was prepared to testify in court, he later received a call from the school's board attorney informing him that the case was settled outside of court. So it was for $600,000. $200,000 were awarded to each family. Some people believe the families pursued the case for money, but obviously they strongly deny that. Leslie's mother said, "What amount of money do you put on your kid's life?" Like, absolutely it's not for the money. For them, it's about accountability. They just wanted Dr. Kenney to face criminal consequences for what they believed he had done. So today, like I said, Dr. Kenney lives in North Carolina, retired with a full pension. And as one of Wesley's friends once said, it said, "In this case, there are no happy endings."
Dang.
I know, it's so sad. And that is the very peculiar case of Marcus Freeman, Wesley McKinley, Brittany Palumbo, and the unlicensed therapist, or hypnosis, Dr. George Kenney. Weird.
Yeah.
I don't know my stance. I think that he could have had some influence over their decision making, but I definitely don't think he could be charged, found liable for what ended up happening.
Yeah, he's just sketchy in general.
Super sketchy. I'm like, why are you lying all the time? Why are you being like super shady about everything? Mm-hmm. Well, do you have any keywords?
Yeah, let's do. Freak. Keyword will be PI.
PI.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I couldn't think of anything.
I know, for some reason. Because I don't want to do like an obvious hypnosis.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I don't know. That is a tough one. Everyone can make up their own keyword. The keyword star.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to start our weekly true crime roundup. True crime news on March 16th, 2026, Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Grand Rapids is in Minnesota?
No way.
Maybe there's a different one.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah. A woman named Vivian Rose Walshstorm, 25, has just been convicted of child torture after authorities uncovered horrific abuse inside her home. Investigators say the young victim was beaten, deprived of food, forced to sleep on a urine-soaked mattress, and even threatened with death. Vivian has now been sentenced to over 4 years in prison, closing a case that prosecutors described as prolonged intentional cruelty.
I was literally going to say, I like the name Vivian, and now I don't like the name Vivian. I did not see that case going there. I'm kind of surprised it's only 4 years.
I know. March 13th, 2026, Centennial, Colorado. This case shakes the entire community as an 11-year-old boy is now facing first-degree murder charges after his 5-year-old brother was found dead inside their home. Authorities say the case is being handled in juvenile court, but the severity of the charge, premeditated murder, has raised difficult questions about something like this could happen inside a family.
That's heartbreaking. Those poor parents.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like last week's case. You lose 2 kids.
March 3rd, 2026, Long Island, New York. Marcos Aurelio Marquis Lay, something like that, 57, has been indicted after allegedly violating a restraining order and forcing his way into his estranged wife's home. Prosecutors say he stabbed his wife to death while her teenage daughter tried to intervene, suffering injuries herself. He has pled not guilty and now facing multiple charges, including murder and burglary. I wonder what he could be saying not guilty to.
And also the fact that a teenage daughter was there, like, maybe he's pleading insanity or something.
Yeah.
But that poor teenager has so much to work through.
Yeah.
Oh, that always sucks so bad.
Alrighty. And then in March 2026, 2026, Iowa, in a case that sounds almost unbelievable, an Iowa woman has been accused of secretly lacing lasagna with oxycodone in an attempt to induce another woman's miscarriage.
What?
Investigators say the alleged poisoning was intentional and targeted, turning what should be a normal meal into a calculated act of harm.
That is the creepiest thing ever.
Yeah.
Eat my lasagna.
She's like, why do you keep bringing me lasagna?
Yeah, she's like, I'm like sick of it. It's like been going in the trash. She's like, why is something not happening to her?
Yeah. It's
That
creepy.
is so weird. And I told you, I might have missed it. Why did she say she was trying to induce that?
It didn't say.
That
Maybe she was
is-
jealous.
It must be. Girls are so creative with how they attack people. Guys are just so upfront. But it's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Well, would you like to sign us off this week?
I don't remember how.
You can do it however you want.
Thanks for tuning in to Siblings in Crime. Have a great day.
Yeah. The SIC Express.
The news that keeps you on track.
We'll be back next week.
Bye.